Hi everyone, it's Mike from Active Training World here, and this is the online briefing video for the Non Sweet Caroline Aquathlon held at Merchant Taylors. Now then, we are due to have this aquathlon. It's a 750 metre swim followed by a 5k run, and last year it was such a great event that we had. It was the first event that was held in the country after lockdown was eased, and it was so popular we thought, you know what, we're going to do it all again this year. So what is it going to be? Well, you're all booked in, and when you arrive you're going to follow the signs when you enter into Merchant Taylors down the driveway to open water swimming. Okay, it's all well signed. It will take you down to the bottom car park. If the car park is full, because the school is used by lots of other users, hockey players, cricket players, etc., then please just follow signs to overflow parking. Okay, it should be fairly straightforward. And then once you've parked up, follow the signs to the open water swimming registration. It is just off the bottom car park on the right hand side. In terms of arrival, if you arrive sometime after 10:30 is when the registration is going to open for the event, and the registration will be open between 10:30 and 11:20. From about 11:15 onwards, we will be calling you up to the pre-start area, and also we will allow you to get in the water and do a bit of a dip in the water to acclimatise yourself to the water temperature, and also those who wish to do a flush of their wetsuit, then that is the time to do that as well. We will then be asking you to get out of the water before the start, which is due to commence at 11:30, because we're going to be starting people one at a time into the water in a time trial format, and those of you who competed last year will know how that operates. Basically, you're going to be going with a very short gap between each of you. So back to the registration process. What you're going to do is when you arrive at registration, you'll provide us with your name. We'll have a list there of all the starters, and we'll have a registration pack for you. You'll be given a swim cap. You'll also be given a number and some pins, your race number and some pins. And we will also request that you write your number on the back of your hand using a marker pen. There will be hand sanitizer for you to use both before and after you handle the marker pen, just to keep everyone safe. You'll also be given a timing chip, okay, and an ankle strap. Now I've got one here. So your timing chip you'll be given, okay, looks like that, a little plastic timing chip. Basically, you thread it on so that the strap goes through the back of it, and then when you close it on around your ankle, this goes on your left ankle, by the way, then your timing chip should be visible on the outside of your ankle. Now, it's very important that this is not then covered up by your wetsuit if you're wearing one, because if you do, then there's a chance that it won't get read by the timing mats, and of course, you wouldn't want that to happen because it means that you may not get a time. You must wear your chip throughout both the swim and the run. Okay, so no chip, no time, no result, I'm afraid. Right. So what else what's then going to happen? You'll be given all this stuff at registration. You're then going to move away from the registration area down to the transition area at Lakeside to prepare yourself and get ready for the race. What we'll do is we will mark individual transition areas with a small cone. Okay, so you'll be allocated a cone to basically use. It's going to be on a first come first serve basis, so basically the next person in the line will get onto the next cone that's available, so that we fill up all the cones which are there. And there you're going to leave your stuff that you're going to require for your run, so possibly your trainers, etc., and anything that you are going to be wearing. Your number that we provide you with, your race number, must be worn on the front, okay, during the run. So it's up to you whether or not you want to use a number belt, for those of you who are familiar with number belts, or you're just going to pin it to the front of a t-shirt and then put the t-shirt on in transition. Choice is entirely up to you. You'll then, once you've set up your transition area, which is what you're going to put on after you've done the swim, we then ask that you move away from the transition area and the registration area and go and warm up somewhere around the lake area. There's loads and loads of space to use, so there's no need to all congregate around the same area. We're going to then call you back to that pre-start area 15 minutes before the start of the race. Okay, so that will be at about 11:15. And like I said earlier, that will be the time that if you wish to get in the water and do a bit of acclimatization, you can do. But be aware, you will then be asked to come out of the water before the starts commence at 11:30, and there may be a bit of standing around to be done. So we don't want you to get cold. So if you are going to do that, you might want to bring down something you can put on while you're then waiting before you start. The BTF rules will be in place. This race is being undertaken under British triathlon rules, so that means you are not allowed to wear any gloves on your hands in the swim, and you're not allowed to wear any neoprene booties either. Okay, so no gloves and no booties. The only exception to that, sorry, is if the water temperature is below 14 degrees. Then if it's below 14 degrees, you are allowed to wear booties, but you're still not allowed to wear gloves. Okay, you must wear the swim cap that we provide you with. If you wish to wear a neoprene swim cap underneath, okay, that is fine, but you must wear the swim cap we provide you with over the top. It'll be highly visible, and we will then know the race that you're in, etc. So the swim start will be, like I say, on a time trial basis. We will call you forward to the start in number order, and then we will set you off. The swim is a very simple lap, one lap of the lake around our 750 meter swim lap, and then you're going to exit, go to your transition cone which you laid out earlier. If you worn a wetsuit, you're going to remove your wetsuit and then put on a t-shirt or put on your number belt, put on your trainers, and then off you go on your run. Now, the run itself is a 5-kilometer off-road run. Okay, I would say it's ideal for wearing trail shoes on, would be my recommendation. You can do it in trainers as well, but I would recommend trail shoes. The weather we've been having recently, it has been a bit damp down there by Lakeside, so it's possible it could be a little bit damp and muddy. So I would recommend that. It is different from last year. Those of you who competed last year we went round the playing fields. This year we're not going to go around the playing fields just because of the sort of difficulty we had trying to sort of lay the courses out, etc., around all the cricket pitches and football pitches because of all the other users that we do get down at the school. It's a very, very popular venue, and it also hosts one of the county cricket teams. So what we're doing instead is it will be 2 large laps of the lake, okay, and also a short out and back along a off-road trail. And for those of you who ran the cross country there in the winter, you'll know where it is probably. It goes down by the riverside. Very, very nice little off-road trail. Don't worry, we're not going to take you all the way around the full cross country course. We wouldn't do that. That'd be mean, that would. So yeah, 2 large laps of the lake plus a bit of an out and back area. It'll all be well marked, well marshalled, and we will have maps up at registration for you to be able to have a good look at it. Can I just say, just worth noting at this point, that we are using a private venue for this. So Merchant Taylors School is a private venue, and therefore I'm afraid no one is allowed to actually be on site outside of these events. I know a lot of people would like to go and run the course to familiarise themselves with it, but that is an absolute no-go, and they are very, very hot on it at the school. And there have been people caught there before, sort of like trying to run round. And so, yeah, please do not do that. He does put our events at risk if anyone does enter the venue trying to practice the course. So after you've done your 5k off-road run, you're then going to come into our finish area, which will be down near where the start is as well. You'll see it all before you actually head off on the start. And there at the finish line, we will have for you a bottle of water and also a well-earned medal for the event. After you've finished, we'll then, as long as everybody else has already started in the race, we will then allow you back into the transition area to pick up your belongings, and then you can head off back home and happy in what you've just achieved. It's a great venue to hold an event at. It's also an absolutely it's an amazing event format as well. The swim run format. It's It was so popular last year. It really did attract a whole variety of people, from top triathletes who came along to try and test themselves out, down to total absolute beginners who had never done anything like this before. So we're really looking forward to having that full range of abilities down there again, and having a bit of fun. Like last year when we did it, it was held in a really fun environment, as well as people doing some amazing times as well. So we're looking forward to welcoming you down to Merchant Tailors for this this event, and hopefully we will see you there. Bye bye.